do plan to just cut and break everything down all together. I'm gonna save about 6 of these lemons for our lemonade. Thankfully, I do have a second bag of lemons. So I'm gonna do the portions off of my own intuition, I guess you could say. I think I'm gonna fill up the blender with the ingredients and then see how much ideally fits. So first we're starting off with the carrot juice. I'm gonna do maybe 1 orange, I think should be good. If I put 2, it's gonna take up too much of the space. I'm gonna do 1 orange, maybe about 2 lemons, okay? A bunch of this, I'll probably take this chunk right here. And then maybe about 5 or 6 carrots. I'm gonna do 6 carrots. So that kind of gets us in order for the carrot juice. I'm gonna put together all of the ingredients I'll need for that. I hope I can just snap this off. Yeah, perfect. This is how much I plan to use for the carrot juice. That smells very strong. Okay, so we've gotten together the set for the carrot juice. Now for pineapple, this obviously I'll cut at its own. The melon, the same. I'm gonna do a cucumber, some mint, more lemon, more ginger. Cucumber, I think I'm gonna cut about half of this. I'm gonna do half of this cucumber. Lemon, I think I'm gonna do 2 lemons just to play it safe. For mint, I'm gonna do half of this bunch. Again, I'm being really like aimless here with this. This is my first time making these, so this will be like the trial, and then next time I'll have a better idea of like what was too overpowering, what I need more of, what I need less of. We're gonna go with more ginger. I'm gonna use this bigger piece right here. Go in with about that much ginger. And then of course, these will be cut. So I'm gonna move all the extra ingredients out of the way. Now that I've got all the ingredients together, I'm gonna go ahead and cut everything down and then get to blending. So I'm gonna start off first with cutting everything that we'll need for the carrot juice and kind of just already having it set to throw into the blender. I'm gonna use the bowl that I will be straining everything with to kind of contain everything. I also need to get a bowl for like trash. So far, I've cut up all of the carrots, which will pretty much be the base for this juice, which is why I had this as the highest quantity. Next, I want to break down this ginger quite a bit, just so that it's easier for the blender to break it down. This does smell very strong. I would say I'm not a fan of the taste of ginger, but I do love the smell of ginger. Now on to the lemons. I'm gonna have to take the skin off of these, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Well, actually, not really. This is a pretty good knife. I think I'm gonna add in a 3rd lemon, since once you do kind of cut the skin off of these, they are a bit smaller. Okay, and that is all for our first bowl. Okay, so now everything's been cut. I did pre-wash it, so I think I want to just blend this, get this whole juice done, and then on to the next one. I'm gonna need to rewash the board, the blender anyways, so I'd rather kind of just get this whole juice done, pour it in the bottle, and then do the next one in the same order. Okay, so my blender is plugged in, ready to go. I think I'm just gonna dump everything in. I'm gonna use a spoon to be a little bit more organized. Okay, so now to fill with some water, I'm just gonna fill it up until the fill line, to, of course, help it liquidate better. Okay, and now to blend. I'm all done blending. As to be expected, it's pretty pulpy, which is what this bowl is for. So I'm gonna wash it out really quickly to get all of the residue from the cut up fruit off. Now, as for straining it, I do have both my actual hand strainer and then towels to squeeze any pulp. I think what I'm gonna do first is strain the liquid directly in. Whatever gets caught, I will kind of then transfer into the towel and then squeeze that out. This does have quite a lot of like mesh inner work, so I doubt any chunks are gonna fall through. Now all of this pulp is what I'm going to now strain. Oh my gosh, the color is gorgeous. If I may say, this is so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I think I've gotten everything out of this. There's just a bit of pulp left. This is practically all that I'm left with in the towel. So this is our first juice. This is our carrot juice with orange, lemon, and ginger. The color of this is beautiful. It smells so good. I wanna go ahead and pour this into the bottle so that we can move on with our next juice. I definitely should have gotten a funnel for this. This may be a little bit tricky to pour into such a small spout from the bowl, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just be very careful. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna put a towel underneath it to catch anything. Oh my goodness, no. I don't have a funnel at all, so we're just gonna have to really go for it. Whew, okay. I am so happy. Look at this beautiful bottle. This is our carrot juice. Let me put the lid over it before I do spill it. So this is the color for our carrot juice. It looks so wonderful. I'm really happy with the turnout of this juice. So I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next juice, which was the hydration, skin repair, and digestive juice. I can't wait to try this one because the smell is already very intriguing. I'm gonna wash the blender, the bowls, the strainers, the cutting board, and everything, and then come back when it's time to cut up all of the fruit for the next juice. Okay, so I've gone ahead and washed everything. It's now time to put together the second juice. I'm gonna use the melon, pineapple, 2 lemons, cucumber, ginger, and mint. I feel like this is gonna look like a light green or like a lemonade or like a limeade sort of color. But let's start off first by cutting all of the fruit and placing it into the bowl. the entire melon is gonna fit in there with everything else. So I'm gonna set this aside and potentially use it later on. I'm gonna go in next with, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go in next with the zucchini. I'm gonna cut the pineapple last. Oh wait, I said zucchini, this is a cucumber. The worst part about this drink is that while I do love all vegetables and fruits, I can't stand cucumber or watermelon. And I know I hear all the time, they don't taste like anything. To me, that like melon taste makes me really nauseous. So I fear I may not like this one too much, but I am one to force myself to drink something if I know that it's beneficial for me or my health. And with this being a hydrating juice, I can definitely use that. Even the smell alone of this cucumber is making me nauseous. Now onto the ginger. We have 2 lemons for this drink. In the last drink I did go up to 3 lemons. That's because there was only 4 ingredients. This one has about 6 ingredients, so I'm only gonna do the 2 lemons. I have some mint. I don't think this needs to be cut down, but I'm gonna cut it down a little bit just in case, just to make it a little bit easier for the blender to kind of grind it up. And now all that's left is my pineapple. I love the look of these. If I can have like a collection of these, I would. They're so cute to me. I'm hoping that for this drink, the taste of the pineapple overpowers everything else, but just considering how faint the taste of pineapple could be sometimes, I doubt that that'll happen. This is also not a very sweet pineapple. It's not like super ripe yet, but I'm gonna hope for the best. Okay, and this is our arrangement for the second juice. And now to repeat the same process and load everything into the blender. I'm gonna have to do this one with my hands because these are a little bit more like slippery. I may have to blend this one in like 2 parts. So I'm gonna try to get everything, like a few small pieces of everything. And then I'm gonna have to add in the rest of the melon and pineapple. Of course, adding in our water. Now go ahead and blend. I hope that it somehow leaves space for me to add in the rest of what's in here. It is fairly high up, but I do want to try to add in the small things that I think can fit. Like the rest of these little mint leaves and this last piece of ginger. I'm gonna add a little bit more melon. I feel like the melon is where most of the hydration is gonna come from. I think I can't push it no more than that. I feel like that's, these little pieces of cucumber. That's, I think, as much as I can push it. So I'm gonna just let this blend out until it's completely, well, not completely smooth, but as smooth as possible. Okay, I'm gonna dump out what I have left in this bowl so we can strain out the liquid. I just put away the melon that was left over and then rinse this out. I'm gonna strain it the same way that I did earlier. I did buy a set of towels, so I have 3. I'm gonna use this one for this juice. Okay. Oh, no. and I'm gonna strain, well, kind of squeeze the pulp. This one definitely didn't leave as much pulp as the last one. I assume because the last one has carrots, which is much harder to liquidate. This was all that I had left of pulp from this juice. And now on to the most difficult part, which is pouring this into the bottle. I wonder if I made the same amount of both. I feel like I definitely made more of this juice. Well, we'll see. We'll see when I pour it out. Let's just try to go ahead and get this out. I'm gonna need that towel back. Hopefully this goes better than the last time. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so hard. I definitely need to get a funnel. Okay. Let me clean this up. Okay, and just like that, we made our second juice. This is the color of this juice. Looks more green than I expected, but still a beautiful color. And now we have both of our juices made. These came out, well, granted I haven't tried them yet, but so far the process was a bit easier than I expected, and they look like they're gonna be great, but I do still have to make my lemonade before trying these. I'm gonna clean this rest up a little bit, put a few of the dishes in the sink, I can wash them afterwards, and prep everything for our lemonade so we can make the lemonade, let that sit, and then try both of these. Okay, so now we're going to our lemonade. I've understood that blending your water and sugar on heat before adding it in enhances the taste a little bit, so I'm gonna do that. I've seen lots of people use pots for this. I think I want to use my kettle, but then again, I do have to stir, so I might be better off with a pot. So for this, we're gonna do 1 cup of water, 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm gonna put my sugar in first. That is so much sugar. Then we're gonna do 1 cup of water. Now I'm gonna put this on medium and leave it there until it's combined. In the meantime, I do want to go ahead and start squeezing these lemons, only because I made the mistake and forgot to get a lemon squeezer. So I'm gonna have to squeeze these by hand. I'm gonna use a different board for this, so I don't have to wash that board again. I'm gonna squeeze about 5 of the lemons in it to make the lemon juice, and then one of them I'm just gonna cut up to have a lemon wheel sitting in the lemonade. I'm gonna try to pick the prettiest one. Okay, so these are gonna be my lemon wheels. I'm gonna put these aside. I'm gonna start honestly by squeezing these in. My hands are gonna be cramping horribly after hand squeezing all of these lemons. I definitely know better next time to make sure I have a lemon squeezer. I also just went ahead and gave the simple syrup, which is what that sugar and water will become, a stir. Hand squeezing these lemons is definitely not easy. This is absolutely a token of love to be doing this. Oh, see, the good thing though is that these lemons are really full of juice, and they are pretty soft, so it's kind of easy to squeeze them. I'm trying my best to get the absolute most that I can out of them, but I do know that I'm not getting all the possible juice that I can. Okay, I have 2 lemons left. I'm gonna give the simple syrup 1 more stir. Okay, so that is entirely combined. I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes to really cool and settle, especially considering that I'm gonna be pouring it into a plastic pitcher. It's currently 3:01, so by 3:11 it should be good to go. It shouldn't take me that long to finish squeezing all of these. Here we have our freshly squeezed lemon juice. There are a few seeds, so I'm gonna avoid getting them into the actual mixture. I'm gonna clean up the counter and give that sugar water a few more minutes to really settle, and then come back when it's time to combine everything together. Okay, so my simple syrup is done and cooled. I'm gonna go ahead and pour everything into this pitcher. I think this is meant for ice, but I fear the ice cubes that I have are a little too big to fit in here. I'm gonna try really quickly. Okay, they fit, but I have to put them in one by one. I literally only fit like 4 ice cubes in here, but I guess that should be good enough. I need to invest in like a crushed ice machine or something. But this is the lemon juice. It settled really nicely. And also, while I did take some time to let that cool, I also refilled my water filter because I'm gonna need 5 more cups of water. And I didn't have that before, so I've been using up so much water today. So the water filter has now gotten all the water through. So I'm gonna start by first pouring in the lemon juice. I feel like I'm gonna try to hold back the seeds. Okay, all the seeds remained. Now I'm gonna pour the simple syrup in next. With this, we have our base, so it'll just be a matter of adding in the rest of the water. Oh, I'm gonna add the lemon wheels in as well. Okay, so I've got all my lemons in. This actually smells good. I'm really excited because I haven't made lemonade since I was a child. Like, I personally, since probably like 4 or 5, I never liked juice, soda. I never liked anything but water. So growing up, I never drank juice, but I would make these for my siblings because they all loved lemonade and tea. Or sometimes my grandma would let me make like, if anyone's from Miami or Florida, Tampico is like a juice that we have over there. And I would make like stuff out of that. Not thinking about it, none of those were probably quality juices, but this, I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much, but so far this looks like it's gonna turn out really good. I'm gonna add the 5 cups of water. 1, 2, 3. I might need to take a second to refill this. It could stretch for 1 more cup. I need to give this like 2 seconds to filter more water for the last cup. I actually forgot I do keep a pitcher in the fridge that's cold, so we'll have 1 cup of cold water. Okay, I'm gonna give everything a stir. This will probably be much more aesthetic with a wooden spoon, but I only have this metal spoon. Okay, I'm gonna add in the little lid. And just like that, I have some homemade lemonade. The color does look very promising. I know next time that I can make a much bigger portion. I was trying not to make too much, but now our lemonade and all of our juices are done. So in summary, here are the juices that we made today. We have first our carrot juice. This is containing carrot, orange, lemon, and ginger. Next, we have our hydration and skin health juice. This is containing melon, cucumber, mint, pineapple, and lemon, as well as ginger. And then of course, our homemade lemonade. Okay, and now we're all done. I did pour a shot portion of each one just so that I can try them all. It is getting a little bit later into the evening. I will need to be making dinner soon, so it's not proper time for me to drink a whole cup. I may, depending on how they taste. But I did want to try everything, so I have the shot of lemonade. I have a shot of the hydration and skin health juice. And then I have a shot of the carrot juice, which, if I may add again, I'm the most excited for. Now, the one that I want to try first is the lemonade, only because I won't really be drinking this. I just want to make sure that it's good. So I'm not going to be the one having to drink the whole pitcher. It does smell very lemony. That's really good. I am not a juice drinker, not a lemonade drinker, but for someone that likes lemonade, this is very good, and it was such an easy recipe. I would definitely be making that every single week moving forward. I don't think it'd be right for me to rank all these, so like at least together, I'm gonna give the lemonade a 10 out of 10. I can't, granted, again, I'm not a lemonade drinker, so I don't know if it's missing something, but for someone that doesn't like lemonade to like it, that must be a good sign. So I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. Now between these two, I'm gonna start with the one I think I'm gonna like the least, which is this one. Only because I don't like melon at all, and this smells like pure melon. I feel like this is gonna be great for anyone that does enjoy eating melon. Personally, it makes me nauseous, but you know me, I'm gonna drink it anyways for the benefits. It's a hydration drink, and I can definitely make use of that. It's not horrible. Honestly, you don't taste the melon at all. There's a melon aftertaste, but what I taste the most in that one is ginger. That one really just tastes like pure ginger and a hint of a melon aftertaste. I can definitely get that down. Now this is the one I'm most excited for, but now that I'm getting closer to drinking it, I'm starting to second guess maybe this won't be as good. It doesn't have a smell. Even earlier, like it smelled really sweet, but the smell has died down to where it practically doesn't smell like anything. Definitely not what I expected. Again, of course, ginger is overpowering both of these. I feel like ginger is the equivalent to banana. You can make a smoothie with everything and put one slice of banana, the whole thing's gonna taste like banana. That's how ginger is. You can put a million things in something, add a little bit of ginger, the whole thing's gonna taste like ginger. I feel like it's almost impossible to overpower the taste of ginger. So while I did taste a lot like ginger, it was still good. I didn't taste the carrot at all. I don't taste the orange. I barely taste the lemon. It just tastes like ginger. But I would give both of these, I honestly like the carrot juice more. I would give the carrot juice like an 8 out of 10, only because I wanted it to taste like something more than just ginger, but still great. I would give this one an 8 out of 10, and not because I like it, but because it doesn't taste as much like melon as I was anticipating, which I'm very happy about because I don't like melon. But I now have these juices for the week and some lemonade. I definitely think I'm gonna do this again. I think I'm gonna do this every week, of course. I'm gonna make juices now. Now that I have these bottles, I'm gonna be motivated to make these every week. But I think I wanna start experimenting. I want a red one, something red. I want an apple one. I want maybe a blueberry one. I don't know. I'm gonna search up some recipes and definitely make more of these. Let me know if you want different parts, like if you want me to make this into a series, and if you have any recipes or any combinations that I should try. I don't see myself letting go of either of these. I think these are both gonna stay consistent in my routine and in my juices for a while. I do like them both. We'll see in time, of course, how my body reacts to them and how they transform my health or my immunity in any way, because of course I have to give that time. This juice, I know that once my man tries this, he's gonna make me make this every single time that the pitcher is empty. I can already see him wanting this every single day, and I'm gonna need to be on top of making this. But I don't blame him. This did come out really, really good. I do wish this had some sort of lid, maybe. I don't like leaving anything open in the fridge, but we'll see how well it lasts. These, I'm gonna keep them in the fridge, of course. I plan to drink a cup of these, well, a cup of whichever one every day throughout the week. maybe like the afternoon time. I think this was a very successful juicing, and I can't believe how easy the process was without a juicer, just using the blender, the bowl, and the strainer and towel. I honestly thought it was going to be like a reminder of like, I should have just got a juicer. No, very easy to do, very easy process, and it's so easy to clean, and it came out perfectly. I couldn't have asked for it to come out any better. So I would give this experience a 10 out of 10. I had a great time. I can definitely see myself implementing these into my Mondays. If you watch my vlogs, you all know that Mondays are my days for myself. And I've been filling them little by little with little personal hobbies and things that I find enjoyment in. So I can see one of my Monday hobbies being making fresh juices. I also do want to make like fresh orange juice. I want to make variations of this, like a raspberry lemonade, a cherry lemonade, a limeade, and just different juices. I want to make my own pineapple juice. So this is going to go on for quite some time, and if you know me, you know how I get fixated on things and just blow them through the roof. So we'll see where this goes from here. But that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy and gain something from this video, definitely go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this or anything else that I have to share, definitely go ahead and subscribe. I am Zoe on every single platform. And while I only post on here about 3 times a week, I do post daily on my short form platforms. I do prioritize more in a body care, hygiene, and beauty. So I do have a summer body care series running right now, Hot Girl Hygiene. I am posting a new video every Thursday at 6 p.m. And I post weekly vlogs every week and a special curated vlog every Friday. So again, if you are enjoying these, definitely stay tuned for future videos and watch the previous ones if you haven't yet. If you have any video recommendations or anything that you want to see from me in specific, definitely let me know and I will go ahead and try my best to create it. If you want to ask me anything more personal or in a more private sense, I do have my direct messaging open on every platform, and on TikTok I do have a board and a private group chat. For more conversation, I do allow for those areas to be places that you all can have a bit more of an influence in the content that I create and post. If you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching this video, and I definitely hope to see you in the next one. Bye!